What do you put inside your sling? It probably depends on the type of traveler you are and what you're doing. Today, Tom and I are diving deep into our personal favorite slings to show you how we pack them for a trip, everyday carry, and how it changes for each of those. Spoiler alert, we don't do it the same. We'll kick it off with Tom.
First, let's chat about why we choose a sling. It's smaller than a backpack, so it sticks out less on my body and helps me blend into the crowd, especially where slings are more popular, like Southeast Asia. Also, carrying a day pack can feel like overkill when the only thing I need is just a little tech and my wallet. Plus, it's easier to grab gear from a bag on the front than to take my backpack off my back, set it on the ground, and find the right pocket.
As for me, I can't rely on women's clothing having pockets, so I've gotten used to carrying a purse pretty much my entire life. Even though I'm used to carrying a smaller bag, I prefer slings because the weight is a little more even on my body compared to carrying a bag on just one shoulder. I like that I can wear it on my front because it feels more secure, and I like having a closer eye on my gear. And like Tom mentioned, we've gotten so good at minimalist travel that carrying an everyday backpack feels like I'm just carrying more than I need.
You already know this if you've seen our updated digital nomad packing list, but my current favorite sling is the 2.5 liter Bellroy Venture Ready because it fits my gear pretty much perfectly, and I really like how it looks and feels. There are certain things I bring just about everywhere I go, like a phone, wallet, keys, a battery bank, cable, notebook, and a pen. I don't change it up much between everyday carry and a trip though. I have trouble turning off my brain and I'm always thinking of new ideas, so I like to have gear on hand so I can get some work done anywhere, anytime. So there's almost never a reason to take those things out. However, there's other gear that I either bring or leave behind depending on the type of the trip, so we'll talk about this later in the video. If I'm cutting back on gear, I can probably just slip the bare necessities into my pockets and leave the sling behind. For the most part, I did that when I was vacationing with my family in Florida. On the days I needed to carry more, I tossed in snacks and other drinks for the group in my GoRuck Bullet, which is the backpack I traveled with there.
My personal favorite is the Moment MTW Mini Fanny Sling. It's super sleek and minimal, and it fits the essentials I need every day. I like the bag I carry to be more subtle than a statement piece, and the MTW doesn't detract from my outfit. I have it in 2 colors, and I use the black one most of the time, but I pull out the green when I want a pop of color. The 1 liter bag is so lightweight that I hardly even notice it's on. I usually wear it crossbody, and it fits under a jacket if I keep it high and tight to my chest. Or if I'm looking for a more casual look, I'll extend the strap so it hangs more at my hip. It's also comfortable around my waist, but I'll usually only do that if I'm wearing a tank top and I want to avoid uneven tan lines across my chest or my back.
So some gear is always in my sling and some gear gets swapped out, just depending on my trip. I'm nearly always thinking about pack hackers, so I pack a pen and field notes notebook to jot down new ideas or do some design work. The rest of the gear I carry is very tech focused. Along with my iPhone and AirPods, I always have a battery bank. I use the Nitecore Carbo with the Rolling Square InCharge X adapter, or I'll pair a longer cable with the Minova Lightning adapter to power up my devices. I also carry the Peak Design mobile tripod with the Reform wallet. Even though it's a card holder, it has enough space for some cash, so I pull out what I need each day and keep the rest in my travel wallet. If I'm wearing my Jins Switch glasses, I need to bring the aluminum case they go in, although I'll swap them out for thinner travel sunglasses if I'm not going to be wearing my regular glasses. I also pack little accessories like lip balm, my key organizer, a refillable spray vial from Nomadic for sanitizer, and a Hero Clip Mini in case I want to hang up the sling or carry something attached to the outside, like a getaway hat. Lately I've been rocking the Matador Beta Lock 2, so it just depends on what I'm feeling. No matter what I'm doing, this sling holds what I need in different combinations. If I'm flying, I add in the travel wallet, which has the rolling square air card inside. That keeps track of my wallet's location through an air tag in the sling's back zippered pocket and does the trick when I'm at home and don't need to bring a larger wallet. I'll also bring the AirFly transmitter to watch in-flight entertainment with my AirPods instead of corded headphones. On extra long flights, I make room for a face mask, earplugs, and small toiletries like my toothbrush and paste so I can freshen up before we land. And if I'm going somewhere colder like New York in the winter, the sling has enough room to hold my gloves and buff. I sometimes tuck a travel umbrella, a flashlight, or my collapsible Vapor Eclipse water bottle inside too, just depending on my trip and what I need. And if I run out of space, I can hang the bottle with the attached carabiner right on the sling. It's really convenient.
I always carry a phone, wallet, keys, lip balm, and that's about it. Any other gear I bring along really depends on the day or the type of trip that I'm taking. When I'm heading out on vacation, I bring a Kindle, which perfectly fits inside the sling, though it makes the bag a little less flexible and makes it harder to fit more items inside. To compensate, I leave unessential keys behind, which makes my key ring a lot smaller, so it fits in the sling more easily. Then I pack the rest of the bag with sunglasses, cosmetics, and maybe some playing cards, depending on what I need for the day. For daily use, I ditch the Kindle and I just use the phone app when I have time to kill. My phone takes up less space, but I also have a much larger keyring that eats it right back up. When I'm working remotely, my carry is a lot similar to Tom's because his loadout is very close to what I need to. I've used the Bellroy before and I enjoy it, but I tend to shake things up with new slings and bags I'm testing to see how well they work out for digital nomads.
Now we come to the fun part, showing you where everything goes. I'll start with the front pocket where I like to keep small gear I want quick access to, like the hand sanitizer in that nomadic spray vial. I connect it to the key leash and keep my keys on the Orbikey organizer. It keeps it from jangling and scratching other gear in the pocket. On the opposite side, I stick my tiny gear like my AirPods, lip balm, and earplugs. This front pocket is great because the internal divider provides more organization than a wide open space and prevents my gear from falling out when I open the pocket. Now let's flip it around to the back of the sling. It has a slim zipper pocket where I pop any transit or hotel keycards I need, along with my face mask for the plane and other international public transportation. If I'm flying overseas, this is where I stick the Owlet travel wallet, which has enough space for cards, a divided pocket for different cash currencies, and a spot for a tiny pen. I like to keep a tiny pen on hand for customs forms. At home, I toss in my battery bank, field notes notebook, and Peak Design mobile tripod in here to save room inside the sling. Otherwise, they go behind the divider in the main compartment, which usually holds my phone. In front of that, I stow my glasses in the aluminum glasses case and the Carbo power bank. My phone also goes here if the divider pocket is full. Whatever space is left is for more cables and chargers, gloves, playing cards, and other travel accessories I need that day. Since the zippered pockets are all occupied, I use the Tom Bin Ghost whale pouches to keep tiny gear from getting lost. I like to fill one of these up with Pack Hacker patches and stickers, so if you see me at the airport or traveling on the road, make sure to come and say hi, and I'll give you one. Against the front is an open mesh pocket raised up from the bottom. If I'm using thinner travel sunglasses, they fit well in here. Otherwise, I use it to hold gear that I haven't put elsewhere, whether that's the mobile tripod or my everyday wallet if I've left the travel wallet behind. I might dump in loose coins here if I end up with change, or a mini pen if I leave my sunglasses behind.
Mine is a lot simpler because this 1-liter bag is essentially just a giant pocket. The only organization inside is just a slit pocket in the very back. This is a perfect size for my Kindle, which is essential for me when I've got a long day of flying or if I've got lots of time to kill on vacation. Like I mentioned before though, the Kindle fills up basically the entire back pocket and creates a makeshift stiff back panel. This means the sling can't flex as much when bulky gear is inside, so I sometimes have to sacrifice what else I'm carrying. However, when I'm flying, the only things I really need on hand are my wallet, phone, headphones, lip balm, charging cable, and battery bank, which fit inside easily. I store my keys inside my travel backpack during transit so they're not in the way, but if I'm bringing my Kindle to a coffee shop or the beach, I make sure to reduce the size of my keyring first. For everyday carry, the phone goes inside the slip pocket instead of a Kindle so that I can remove it without disrupting the rest of my gear in the main area. That consists of pretty much everything I carry on the plane, except I swap out that cable and battery bank for my keys. In general, I don't find myself needing much every day. On days when I'm heading out to a cafe or co-working space to get some work done, I prefer carrying all my gear in a tech kit and a backpack since I'm carrying larger items like a laptop anyway. In that case, I leave the sling behind at my accommodations until it's time for me to get back to more casual use. So what do you think of our packouts and what do you do differently?
Let us know below and tell us what you can't leave home without.
Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker. We'll see you next time.